It's funny how I don't get my best ideas all the time from books, although I love reading, or from my education, because that was so many decades ago. But it's usually when I'm either out walking in nature, listening to the trees, or when I'm on a road trip. And right now I'm on this gorgeous road trip down to Vancouver. And I think it's something about moving, but also having to sit at the same time that my mind percolates. So here's the thing. In all my years of working with women, because it's what I know, I'm a woman, and now women at midlife, there's a few things that I've learned. That everything that women have come to me with as blocks, as problems, as issues, or traumas basically evolve from a disconnection, from a disruption in the natural journey of the divine feminine energy that you are. And they come in stages. So if we carry on and do not experience a smooth transition from one stage to another, parts of us become frozen in time. The first stage of the Maiden, as we move through into motherhood, if we don't fully bloom and acknowledge and live our maidenhood, which is not always midwifed very well, shall we say, by our culture or our families, or by our mothers who lived in a different time. If we don't move through that transition smoothly, we stay with the characteristics and the patterns of people pleasing, of scarcity, of not enough, of looking for approval and validation outside of ourselves at a time where we needed that. Where we needed that because we were looking out to the world to tell us what to do, to perhaps save us. If we can move through that and open through that, we move to the stage of the mother, and it might be mothering children, pets, or anything else. And we might carry some of those frozen traits on with us. And as we move to the mother, if we can open, and it really is about opening through heart, through body, through love, to other beings with an unconditional love. And if we get stuck, if we're carrying on traits from mother, the archetype, the shadow of the archetype is the perfect mother, of perfectionism, with tremendous guilt behind it, of trying to be the perfect mother and then taking things ever so personally when it doesn't work out that way, which it never does. If we're able to practice self-forgiveness, acceptance, and connection through that period of time, we might pass through without taking on these traits with us. But what I find now that women are living longer, we have a huge period of time from motherhood before cronehood. It's not a straightforward maiden, mother, crone anymore. It's a maiden, mother, queen, crone. And it's the queen years now that I'm interested in. And if we haven't resolved the issues of the maiden that's been frozen in time, we're people pleasing. And if we haven't resolved the issues of perfectionism and being the perfect mother, we're still living with a tremendous amount of guilt and pressure. And that is very much confirmed by the culture around us to prevent aging, to prevent the mature feminine from rising as much as possible. It is really important during this period of time, during these years, to heal those wounds and to get up to date with who we are now. So we can take all the vitamins, we can do all the exercises, we can become physically fit, healthy, know everything about perimenopause and menopause until the cows come home, and that's all really great stuff. But if we still have the wounding of the maiden and the perfect mother, we will never fully actualize into this stage of beauty and brilliance and satisfaction and receiving of the Queen now on her throne, who is able to look back at her life and see with experience that's where her wisdom has come from. And to be able to forgive herself, move out of shame or the guilt of the perfect mother, and be as real and as raw and as authentic as she can be now. Because this leads to a perfect transition into her gorgeous crone years, where she really moves into the being phase. The being in all of the victories and all of the sorrow and pain of her life. And she will sit with satisfaction, and people will come to her for her wisdom and for her sage advice. But we need to be able to heal through the Queen years in order to enter into the crone years with that divine feminine wisdom. And this is where I see women getting stuck. And we can smooth out those transitions and unplug the blocks and plug the leakages so that the divine feminine energy river of life can flow and flow into you with less anxiety, less chronic pain, less worry and illness, and all of those things that come from blockages of micro traumas throughout life, where you weren't allowed to or didn't feel safe to express yourself, to be yourself. We're going to go back and reclaim all those moments so that you can move into your full, authentic, real, and raw, and fully alive Queen years. And this is going to be a gorgeous journey. I hope you've enjoyed this. I sure have. And now I'm going to enjoy the rest of my road trip. All right, take care everyone, and bye for now.